Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
810-454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. We get a trailer for the Book of Boba Fett, which I think, if I just call it Boba Fett, the Book of, like, the tale of Boba Fett. I don't know if I like the title. It's not the worst thing in the world. It just doesn't sound like Star Wars.
No, it sounds like a fantasy.
Yeah, like a fantasy thing.
No, that's
but overall, the trailer looked pretty cool. It's going to be like Boba Fett setting up his version of basically replacing Jabba.
And Tatooine, yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be the gangster guy, but he's like, oh, Jabba ruled with fear and I'm going to rule with respect. But how, like, does Boba going to sell spice? Is he going to sell slaves? Is he going to
just deal with weapons? Like, weapons dealing? Like,
yeah, like, how much, I don't know.
Yeah, well, how far is he willing to go, and how would they'll see that as weakness, too.
But at the same time, but they bring that up where the guy's like, oh, I stopped just killing you. And Fennec is like, well, Jabba Hutt would already have killed you. And he's like, just speak however you want.
Yeah.
Everyone, you can say whatever you feel like saying.
Speak freely.
But I think there might be a point to where he will kill you because he's Boba Fett. He's a badass. So
right, and
he just wants to make credits.
I think he wants to build like a weird mixture of like a gangster and a Mandalorian mixed together. Where there's some type of honor in what he's doing.
Yeah, like a new Manticore in a way, like in his own version of where he's running it.
Right. Yeah, like a mixture of like, oh, we'll have like my house and we're gonna do our things, but we're gonna be like legit about it. It's super weird.
Super weird.
But the thing is, what's stopping someone from like, oh, Boba, they're gonna have a meeting with Boba Fett and then just like blowing up the whole building and killing him? Right. It's one of those weird things. Like, why don't you just kill the boss? But I guess he's just so scary that.
Why didn't they do that with Jabba?
But what they're gonna do, some of them are gonna say, wait and see. If he can make us money, then they won't do it. But if he ain't making us money, we're gonna forget this.
And
I think it's gonna be like that.
And I usually think with what happened with Jabba, they would probably have some guy checking weapons. Like you come to
Another thing too is when you piss off Jabba, he'll get someone to get you. He's gonna come and get you.
It's a little different.
But who was he talking to?
I don't know.
Was that Mando?
It sounded like someone with another voice.
Yeah, because it had like a voice over.
Yeah. My goodness, I know this can't go without saying. The special effects and the scenery look amazing.
That little bug thing looked a little weird.
I mean, but I mean overall.
Just the sets look really good.
I think that was just a silly throw-in because somebody said there were like a droid in the background of some episode.
Yeah, it looked like basically like a giant mosquito thing.
Yeah, and someone says, "Oh, it's in the background of one of the old Star Wars movies," and I'm like,
I mean, you have to be a diehard to know that.
I like the Mandalorian, the guy, the person playing, like the whole Mandalorian. I like how that's becoming how it was almost throwaway.
No more.
In like the lore. Mm-hmm. Until like everyone loved it, like in the expanded universe stuff and everything, and they're finally bringing that into like, oh yeah, by the way, the Mandalorians are badass.
Right, and I'm really glad.
And technically, he's not a Mandalorian, but he's basically a Mandalorian.
He's Mandalorian. Jango Fett raised.
He has it in him.
Yeah,
he's a clone.
No, I think Dave Filoni does a really good job bringing back old characters.
And like hey, let's expand on this.
Yeah, Boba Fett brought him back from the dead, and then sending with Darth Maul.
Yeah, and made him cool.
I would like to see. I want to see Omega.
See, I don't know. See, that'd be so funny because what time? When did? So this takes place before the new trilogy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's after Jedi, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's right before. It's before Rey and all that.
He looks a little bit older, but not too much older.
Yeah, so
he's not like old.
So what we're talking about? 10 years, 15 years?
10, 15, yeah.
So I don't know. Well, I want to see what happens with Boba Fett. Does he just sit on the throne as the Prince of freaking Tatooine?
Maybe he wants to become the new gangster, the new one that runs everything.
Yeah, he's running the Blue Suns or whatever.
Yeah, runs like all the syndicates. I guess I don't know. One interesting question though: what Boba Fett are we gonna get? The more violent ones we get from like the books and comics, where he's just like
ruthless.
Yeah.
This one looks like I don't want to say he mellowed out, but he was like, okay, it's better to live and let's work together. Why are we always fighting when we can make a ton of money?
Yeah, this is like he's like the wise Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Like I'll use my force when I have to, but I don't want to use it.
Yeah.
Be more measured.
I like those little shields.
Yeah,
they're cool.
They worked all for about a few seconds. Boba Fett went in to destroy
But it's so funny, but you know how these trailers always work, where like those teams might not even be connected.
No, I know.
Yeah,
and also I like that city. Was that on Tatooine?
That was Tatooine.
Yeah, that was huge.
I think it was
pretty big.
I think it was a. See, that's another thing about expanding, because every time you see a planet in Star Wars, it's always like a city in a planet.
Yeah.
But you have to realize, could you imagine just looking at like New York City and thinking that's all of Earth?
Right.
There's
right.
probably, you know what I'm saying?
There's other towns.
There's
that
other
they talk
towns
about
and
it,
other
yeah.
places. And
So I'm
outposts.
wondering if there's probably something where they're gonna show more of like the planet. Like there's different sectors. Even in Mandalorian, maybe they're going to say that that town was wiped off the map, but it's not on any normal maps anymore.
Yeah.
But it's still there. That little outpost that you went to.
Well, things would get forgotten like that though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It looks pretty cool to me.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's
More
gonna be
Boba
fun.
Fett, the better.
I just don't understand these people that don't like any of this stuff. You don't like Star Wars then, because this is awesome.
What do you think happened when they showed like his helmet? It was like full of credits. Like, what's that? Do you think it? Here's the thing about Boba Fett. He's like, oh, he's also about scheming too. What if he does a thing where like Finnick, oh, I captured him and I'm bringing him in, but like his chains break loose and he just kills everyone in the room.
Why not?
There's gonna be scenes like that. I bet.
One scene I did like is in the trailer. Just the people walking around town know who
You see
he
Boba
is,
Fett.
and he's like, oh shoot.
You see a Mandalorian armor, you're like, oh damn, it's bad. It's like, oh my god, you see the leaf? Like, is that Boba Fett?
That's
And it's-
Boba Fett. Yeah.
legendary.
Yeah, because in Tatooine, everyone's gonna know who Boba
I love
Fett
the fact
is.
that his armor's not polished. I just love it.
See, like it's starting to get beat up again.
Yeah, it is.
But
I
he
love
gets
it.
into scraps, and that's what he does.
Yeah, I love that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Looks pretty dang cool to me.
Yep.
I remember when this first came out, people.
That's what I'm saying.
What do you guys want? Then you don't want Star Wars, which is fine.
Right.
Then don't watch it. Then I don't know what to say. I think it looks great. Again, like I said, the new trilogy is horrifically bad.
I will agree with you.
But
on
doesn't
that.
mean that the Mandalorian's bad.
And if you let people like Dave Filoni take over Star Wars,
He's doing a better job.
He can do good.
So Star Wars is so big, you can literally just do outlaws and gangsters and no Jedis and still have an amazing story.
Yeah, and Filoni and Favreau know what they're
Yeah.
doing. They
Yeah,
do.
they know what
I'm
they're
sorry.
doing.
They love it, and they know, and they're doing a great job with it.
And if they want to, they can just totally take out the new series and just build
Yeah.
around it and
Yeah, that happened, but we're not going to talk about
We're
it.
not gonna talk.
Yeah.
About it.
Because the universe is so big.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. It could be a footnote.
Yeah, to them.
Yeah.
To the
Yeah.
Mando don't care what the rebellion does. Crimson's in here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, you can contact us on any of the social media platforms in the description down below. And while you're here, be sure to click on one of the videos over on the right.